litany of humility that I do in the middle of the day, which is this series of humility prayers, which is like, man, if you want something to put you in your place, this will be like, what people think they're humble, and you're not. You're not even close.
So give me an example.
You're not even close.
I love this. Humility being the key to wisdom, by the way. So
yeah.
I think it's worth pursuing. Well, how does this put you in your place?
The litany of humility is the most intense part. We start every Lent with it. But it's this series of prayers where you ask God to give you humility, but tactically, like what it actually means for you. And it's asking for these crazy things where you ask God that others may be loved more than I, that in the opinion of the world, others may increase and I may decrease, that others may be more successful than I, that others may be chosen and I set aside.
Come on now.
All these crazy things that are...
You're supposed to mean that?
Yeah. Well, what you pray for is, or from the fear of embarrassment, or from the fear of everyone hating you, or from the fear of people lying about you and besmirching your name, or whatever it is, from the fear of everything bad that could happen to you, deliver me, Jesus. And so you pray this, hey, deliver me, Jesus, from these fears of the world hating you, essentially. And the prayer here is, God, grant me the grace to desire it. Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. So certainly I don't, like if I just walk down the street and I see somebody, I don't naturally want them to be more successful than I am. And so what you pray for is like, Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. Now, the interesting thing about that though is with kids, it's different. Like I have a 4-year-old, 2-year-old, 2-month-old. And God is just, kids are the greatest theology lesson in that you could ever possibly receive. And one of them for me is humility, which is like when I look at someone random, I don't naturally want them to have a higher opinion from the world than I do. But when I look at my kids, or like to have a better life than I do. But when I look at my kids, if I look at my daughter, my son, and it's like, yeah, of course I want you to have a better life than I do.
That's exactly.
And there's
right.
I don't feel like
You're not in competition.
jealousy. No. It's like, no, please, like I want you to be and the last thing you pray actually is that others may be holier than I, provided that I may become as holy as I should. And it's like, I want you to be closer to God than I am.
Yes.
I want you to be holier than I am.
Right.
I want you to be happier, more joyful. Whatever worldly success God wants from you, I want you to have it. Like, I want you to have such a better life than I do. And it's not, there's no, like, there's no jealousy. There's no comparison.
Just the opposite. That's the deepest desire of your heart.